What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, I don't have that great of information. We did end up seeing some code being leaked from Pokemon Go, so the data miner by the name of Kelvin was able to extract the stats, the icon, as well as the moveset for Armored Mewtwo. But I do want to put a caution to this. It is not yet released in Pokemon Go, so it could very well change. So I do want to hold off on the deep dive for tomorrow, as well as the raid guide, just to make sure that Niantic doesn't end up changing it. Reversal actually made a very good comment. You never know until it gets put in. We have seen changes in the past. A good example of this would be Giratina and the Origin form. It ended up getting a terrible moveset, then right before it got released, Shadow Ball ended up being introduced, and then we had the #1 Ghost type attacker. But I could tell you at that point in time, I was majorly disappointed. But now we're basically just sitting here waiting and hoping that this is not going to be the case. The specifics to this that a lot of people are talking about is the attack stat at 182. That is rough. That is so far down compared to what we are seeing for the regular Mewtwo form. And as far as the other stats are concerned, the defense that is amazing, and then the stamina is solid. It has an overall ranking of 51st in Pokemon Go. I think the original form was somewhere in the teens, like maybe 12, 13, something like that. So we're stuck in a weird situation where we're kind of pondering what the heck do we do with this Pokemon. And to make it a little bit more interesting, we are going to have a new moveset, and I personally like the new moveset, especially because of, well, number one, we get Confusion, which is great from the Psychic typing, and then secondarily, we finally get Future Sight for Mewtwo. Unfortunately, it is Armored Mewtwo, but it is going to need all the help that it can get. We are going to be covering the Deep Dive series and everything once we get this covered. But looking at it and seeing Future Sight is such a shame, because if we were to have that on the regular Mewtwo as opposed to Psychic, wow, that would be insane. It's already #1. It would be even better. Something else that's kind of interesting is the move Dynamic Punch. Dynamic Punch is solid in Pokemon Go. And then another one like Earthquake, you know, I don't know. It's kind of one of those situations where some of these moves really don't matter. Even though they are great, they are not on a great Pokemon. Sorry about you, Armored Mewtwo. I can see a lot of people not getting very excited about this once we have this type of information in the game. And everyone's starting to figure it out. You know, it's starting to spread once we end up getting the code. I hope it's wrong. If it is wrong, I am going to delete the video so no one will be seeing this. If it ends up being correct, unfortunately, the video will stay up. Armored Mewtwo as is a disappointment, sadly, as far as the stats are concerned. I've had a couple people say that there could be some redeeming qualities to all of this. What about PvP? What about PvP? Come on, we could totally get this. Here's the issue, at least for now. When you get this at level 20, the CP is going to be like, I think 1700 to like 1800 something. It's going to be too far above to be able to get it back down into the Great League as is. But once we get this in special research, slash if we get this in special research, at that point in time at level 15, it will be available in the Great League. That would be good news, especially because of the flexibility in relation to the moveset and the fact that it has such a low attack stat. It could end up being a fairly good legendary Pokemon despite it being at a very low level. I would say that Cresselia is a very similar Pokemon in that way, where it has a really low attack stat, but because of that, it is able to function very well in the Great League. So that's really the only saving grace, besides the fact that it could end up being wrong and being updated. I hope it is. We saw a lot of promotions come out earlier, and it basically made us think that it was going to end up being the exact same stats, but it seems like that was just kind of a placeholder to be able to build promotions. They've probably been building on this for a very long time. But I want to know what you think about this in the comment section below. Are you still excited about the Armored Mewtwo? What do you think about the new people who don't have access to Mewtwo and we're looking for Armored Mewtwo as a way to be able to grant access and to be disappointed? Anything and everything, let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you next time.